The KZN Department of Transport, as well as the station commander of KwaDabeka Police Station, intervened in the feud between the taxi association, KwaDabeka Taxi Association, as well as the eHailing services in the area. You'd remember that two of the eHailing drivers were assaulted on Wednesday, and one of their cars was shot at allegedly by taxi owners in the area. Yesterday, we saw police confirmed that 15 taxi owners and taxi drivers were taken in for questioning. We don't know what the outcome of that questioning is. However, they did say that some of them will be charged for contravening the Firearms Act, because 12 licensed firearms were taken or confiscated by police, but they were not placed in a safe area. However, we do have the KZN transport spokesperson, Mr. Sibiya, who will be telling us more of what exactly transpired inside between the Taxi Association and the KZN eHailing Council, as we were not allowed inside. It was a closed meeting. Mr. Ndabezinhle, we do understand that the meeting did take place. It is now finished. We spoke to the KZN eHailing Council. They were quite satisfied with the outcomes. But if you can just relate to us what exactly happened in that meeting.
Well, no, thank you very much. Very historic that today we have managed to usher in a new era of prosperity, a new era characterized by peace, and stability. MEC, Sponsor Duma has expressed his deepest appreciation to the Lieutenant General Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi, who deployed, a highly motivated team of law enforcement officers working with the station commander here. From our department, the MEC Sponsor Duma ensured the deployment of a very dedicated team from the provincial regulatory entity, and that team was part of the meeting. The MEC gave them a clear mandate to go to this meeting and ensure that there is coexistence between the e-hailing drivers as well as the taxi drivers and the taxi operators. So we are emerging from this meeting speaking with one voice, saying, look, as we move forward, we are going to work together. We'll have multidisciplinary roadblocks involving the KZN eHailing Council, involving the SAPS, the Metro Police under the leadership of the Mayor of eThekwini, Cyril Xaba. We are going to have the Road Traffic Inspectorate, where we will be targeting the illegal operators, those that do not have an app, because we need to make a distinction. There are e-hailing drivers that are moving around with an app, so they need to be protected. There are taxi operators, taxi drivers with the necessary documents. They need to be protected. That is what the MEC has said, to ensure that the emerging entrepreneurs in this sector of our economy are protected. So we are excited that as we count down to the gazetting of the regulations that will govern the e-hailing sector, we are going to be speaking with one voice, pulling in the same direction. We are likely to see the gazette in October. The amended National Land Transport Act is going to give us an ammunition to integrate these youngsters, from tertiary institutions, from high schools, who are e-hailing, drivers, to be integrated into the public transport system.
Now, Mr. Sibiya, you say that all the drivers who don't have an app. Now, if we go back a few years ago, there were those cab drivers. They don't have an app. Those old ones, they don't have an app currently. Now, the e-hailing service just emerged. What will happen to the previous metered taxi drivers who don't necessarily have an app, but you just make a call and they come?
Well, we just have to separate issues. We've got the e-hailing sector. Previously they were regarded as tech companies, the companies operating in the digital space. But with the new amended National Land and Transport Act, the regulations that are going to be gazetted They are now going to be regarded as companies operating in the public transport sector, called the transport companies. Previously, they operated using the practice notice under the meter taxis. So now they are going to be operating independently. So it's a separate matter altogether. The most important thing is that the meetings that are going to be taking place moving forward, MEC Duma said we must bring on board the eHailing app, companies like Uber, like Taxify and many more others into these meetings, so that KwaDabeka Taxi Association, working with Department of Transport in KwaZulu-Natal and SABC, can really develop a model for other associations across the province, must replicate. So we want to see different parts of KwaZulu-Natal, using the formula that we've managed, to put together here in KwaDabeka in terms of the public transport sector. We are very excited that there has been progress. We've made a giant leap to the future.